Question 1. Which thinker coined the term sociology and argued that society could be studied with the same scientific methods used in the natural sciences?
A. Karl Marx.
B. Herbert Spencer.
C. Max Weber.
D. Auguste Comte.
The answer is D. Auguste Comte.
Auguste Comte named the new discipline sociology and championed positivism, the idea that society can be studied scientifically through observation. Marx, Weber, and Spencer were major thinkers too, but Comte gave the field its name. 20 questions to test whether you could pass the Introductory Sociology CLEP exam and save hundreds of dollars by skipping the full college course. Think you've got what it takes? Get 16 right and you're likely ready for the full exam.
Question 2. A sociologist who studies how the family, the economy, and religion each work together to keep society stable is using which theoretical perspective?
A. Conflict theory. B. Symbolic interactionism. C. Exchange theory. D. Structural functionalism.
The answer is D. Structural functionalism.
Structural functionalism views society as a system of interlocking parts, each serving a function that keeps the whole stable. Studying how institutions work together to maintain order is the hallmark of the functionalist view. Question 3. The conflict perspective in sociology is most closely associated with the ideas of
A. Karl Marx.
B. Auguste Comte. C. Talcott Parsons. D. George Herbert Mead.
The answer is A. Karl Marx.
The conflict perspective grows out of Karl Marx's focus on the struggle between social classes over scarce resources and power. Comte and Parsons lean functionalist, and Mead is the founder of symbolic interactionism.
Question 4. A researcher poses as a regular member of a group and observes its members over many months without telling them she is studying them. This research method is called a survey.
B. An experiment.
C. Participant observation.
D. A secondary analysis.
The answer is C. Participant observation.
Participant observation means joining a group and taking part in its activities while observing it firsthand. Surveys use questionnaires, experiments manipulate variables, and secondary analysis reuses data others collected.
Question 5. In an experiment, the factor the researcher deliberately changes to see its effect is the A. Dependent variable. B. Independent variable.
C. Control group.
D. Hypothesis. The answer is B. Independent variable. The independent variable is the cause the researcher manipulates, and the dependent variable is the effect that is measured. If you change study hours to see how test scores respond, study hours are the independent variable. Question 6. Norms that a society considers morally significant, such as prohibitions against stealing, are called A. Folkways. B. Mores. C. Sanctions.
D. Values.
The answer is B. Mores. Mores are norms with strong moral weight, and violating them brings serious disapproval. Folkways are everyday customs, whose nihilation is merely rude, while sanctions are the rewards and punishments that enforce any norm. Question 7. The process by which people learn the values, norms, and behaviors of their culture is known as A. Assimilation. B. Acculturation. C. Socialization. D. Stratification. The answer is C. Socialization. Socialization is the lifelong process of learning a culture's expectations through family, school, peers, and media. Assimilation and acculturation describe contact between cultures, not the basic way a person learns to be a member of society. Question 8. Judging another culture by the standards of one's own and seeing one's own culture as superior is called A. Ethnocentrism. B. Cultural relativism. C. Xenocentrism. D. Multiculturalism. The answer is A. Ethnocentrism.
Ethnocentrism is using your own culture as the yardstick and viewing other ways of life as inferior. Its opposite, cultural relativism, asks you to understand a culture on its own terms.
Question 9. According to Charles Horton Cooley, the looking glass self describes how a person's self-image is shaped by
Inherited personality traits.
B. The unconscious mind. C. Economic class position. D. How they imagine others see them. The answer is D. How they imagine others see them. Cooley's looking-glass self says we develop a sense of who we are by imagining how others perceive and judge us, and then reacting to that imagined view. The self is built socially through reflection in others, not from biology or class alone.
Question 10. George Herbert Mead used the term the generalized other to refer to
A. A single close friend. B. A child's first caregiver. C. A person's awareness of society's overall expectations. D. A complete stranger. The answer is C. A person's awareness of society's overall expectations. Mead's generalized other is the internalized sense of the attitudes and expectations of society as a whole. Taking the role of the generalized other lets a person see themselves from the standpoint of the larger community. Question 11. A society in which a person's social position is fixed at birth and movement between strata is essentially impossible is organized as a caste system. B. Class system. C. Meritocracy. D. Open society. The answer is A. Caste system. A caste system assigns status at birth and forbids movement between ranks, often reinforced by custom or religion. A class system, by contrast, allows at least some social mobility based on achievement. Question 12. A doctor's son who becomes a sociology professor, ending up in a different social class than his father, is an example of A. Vertical mobility. B. Horizontal mobility. C. Caste rigidity. D. Status inconsistency. The answer is A. Vertical mobility. Vertical mobility is movement up or down between social classes across positions of unequal rank. Horizontal mobility would be a move between jobs of roughly the same status, with no change in class standing. Question 13. The recognized social position a person occupies, such as teacher or daughter, is called a role. B. Status. C. sanction. D. Norm.
The answer is B. Status.
In sociology, a status is the position itself, while a role is the set of behaviors expected of someone in that position. A teacher holds the status of teacher and performs the role that goes with it.
Question 14. A status that a person is assigned at birth or takes on involuntarily, such as race or age, is best described as an A. Achieved status.
B. Ascribed status.
C. Master status.
D. Role set.
The answer is B. Ascribed status.
An ascribed status is given involuntarily, independent of effort or choice, such as the age or sex one is born into. An achieved status, like becoming a lawyer, is earned through one's own actions. Question 15. The conflicting demands placed on a person by the several different roles attached to a single status, such as a manager who must befriend and discipline the same employees, is called a role exit.
B. Status inconsistency.
C. Anomie. D. Role strain.
The answer is D. Role strain.
Role strain is the tension produced by competing demands within one status. It differs from role conflict, which is tension between two separate statuses a person holds at the same time.
Question 16. Emile Durkheim used the term anomie to describe
A. A strong sense of community. B. A breakdown of social norms and regulation. C. Rapid upward mobility. D. The division of labor in a factory.
The answer is B. A breakdown of social norms and regulation.
Durkheim's anomie is a condition of normlessness, where the shared rules guiding behavior weaken or break down, often during rapid social change. He linked rising anomie to social problems, including higher rates of suicide. Question 17. Robert Merton's strain theory explains deviance as the result of a labels applied by the powerful. B. Learning crime from close associates. C. A gap between cultural goals and the legitimate means to reach them. D. Weak biological self-control. The answer is C. A gap between cultural goals and the legitimate means to reach them. Merton's strain theory holds that deviance arises when society pushes everyone towards goals like wealth, but denies some groups legitimate means to achieve them. That gap pressures people into deviant routes, such as crime. Question 18. Labeling theory argues that whether an act is deviant depends mainly on A. The biological makeup of the offender. B. The amount of physical harm caused. C. Whether a law was technically broken. D. How others react to and label the act. The answer is D. How others react to and label the act. Labeling theory says no act is inherently deviant. Deviance comes from the social reaction that tags a person and the act as deviant. Once attached, that label can reshape how a person sees themselves and how others treat them. Question 19. The sociological term for the spread of cultural traits, such as technology or customs, from one society to another is A. Cultural diffusion. B. Cultural lag. C. Assimilation. D. Discovery. The answer is A. Cultural diffusion. Cultural diffusion is the borrowing and spread of cultural elements from one group to another, like a food or technology crossing borders. Cultural lag, by contrast, is the delay between a material change and the catch-up of beliefs and customs.
Question 20. According to Max Weber, the defining feature of a bureaucracy is its
A. Reliance on personal loyalty to a leader.
B. Absence of written records.
C. System of explicit rules and a clear hierarchy of offices.
D. Resistance to any division of labor.
The answer is C. System of explicit rules and a clear hierarchy of offices.
Weber described bureaucracy as an ideal type built on written rules, a clear chain of command, a division of labor, and impersonal treatment of cases. Those features make it efficient, but also impersonal, the iron cage Weber warned about. So, how did you do? 11 or fewer, and there are real gaps to close. 12 to 15, you're on a solid track. 16 or more, and you're likely ready for the real thing. Get your full adaptive learning plan at flyingprep.com.